hello everyone. My name is Carol Green, nutritional therapy practitioner and chef, and I'm so thrilled to be here on WYTV7 radio, about to be interviewed by Sandy White of Simply Fit. I'm going to be talking to you this evening about my company called Taste of Healing, and the motto is healing never tasted so good, because healing really has to be about food that nourishes the body and soul from the inside out. Stay tuned to hear all about my detox program called the Clean 15 Detox. And I'll have a special discount code, Simply Fit, just for the listeners of the show. I'm so thrilled to be here. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to another segment of Simply Fit. I'm your host, Sandy White. And I am, as usual, so excited because we got some good information for you guys today. But before we get into that, I need to do a little bit of announcement. So just give me a little bit and then we'll get right into our special guest. So what we want to do is always welcome WYTV7 for allowing Simply Fit Radio to be a part of the Christian Broadcasting Network. And we want you all to remember that this is a nonprofit organization. And if you want to continue to receive fitness tips and strategy segments from Simply Fit Radio, please click the donate button and make a generous donation today. The mission for Simply Fit Ministry is to provide simple tips and strategies to individuals so they can be fit in their mind, body, and soul, thus allowing each of us the opportunity to share our gifts with the world rather than having them aborted by Satan. And remember, being fit is more than just exercise. Mm-hmm. So let's get right into it. I am so excited. Our guest today is Carol Green. She is a nutritional therapist, nutritional therapy practitioner, and she's a professional chef. So that's always a good thing, you guys. Mm-hmm. And she has a wonderful program that we're going to talk more about, and she's going to share wonderful things, because guess what? In the new year, you guys always make resolutions about losing weight, being health, fit, and all of that wonderful stuff. And then 3 weeks into it, you stop. So guess what? We got Carol here to help you out so you can keep moving full force and see those results. And without further ado, Miss Carol Green to the show. Hi, Carol.
Hello, Sandy. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And since we only have a little small segment, we may have to invite you back on for part 2. Let's get rocking and rolling. So like right now, can you just share with the listening audience how you actually got into creating the Taste of Healing?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So, Sandy, my background actually was in fashion. I worked for a huge fashion company, but I've been a foodie my entire life. I've really been cooking since I could push the stool up to the huge farmhouse table on the farm that I grew up on. And it was my health, challenges with my health, that really led me down this path. I, was having some serious health conditions, and I got really tired of the medical norm, of the doctor trying to match your symptom to the prescription with a flick of a pen, right? And dismiss me as fast as possible. I just wasn't getting any better. I was really feeling horrible. And, we're talking about 2000, 2001, 2002. The internet was fledgling then, right?
Absolutely.
I feel like I'm kind of dating myself saying that. But I was going to the library, talking to people, researching what I could, just trying to find alternatives. And I stumbled upon really using food as medicine. I stumbled along on natural healing. And eventually it took me down the path of studying to be, my title, NTP for short, nutritional therapy practitioner, was really born out of my own desperation to get well. And I really believe it was divine intervention, because I was very ill, and so I've seen in myself the power of the plate, the power of what's on the plate to heal your body. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is so good, which leads us into this next question, because a lot of people won't really recognize that their symptoms are due to how lack of nourishment that they're receiving, and their body really gives them a lot of clues, but they don't really recognize it. And a lot of doctors don't have a nutritional background, and as you mentioned, they're just going to give you whatever the latest prescription is that they think may help with that. And sadly enough, they do need to take this class. But as I mentioned, moving into the next question, I'm glad you said that you healed yourself with food. I know you have a lot of different online classes, but the one we want to talk about, which is really prevalent since the New Year's is coming up, and a lot of people need to get clean. Let's talk about the program that you're going to launch, Clean 15 Detox.
The Clean 15 Detox, yes, absolutely. So, Sandy, just to lead into what you were saying about everybody getting sicker and sicker. Do you know that the frightening statistic is that obesity and malnutrition are going hand in glove now in this country? And what that's telling us is that as a population in the US, we are overfed and undernourished. Okay, that means that most people, your body will receive things like simple carbohydrates, and it'll be able to use those simple carbohydrates and for basic energy, basic fuel to kind of keep you going. But when you have underlying health conditions, and number one being digestive issues, when you have underlying health conditions like digestive issues, and you have got a malabsorption issue because your body is not absorbing your nutrients correctly, perhaps are eating way too much sugar and you've got a metabolic imbalance with blood sugar handling, and your body's pumping out way too much insulin, same thing is going down, right? So yes. It means that people end up being obese, but they're malnourished. Their body is not absorbing the vital nutrients that you need. And you know what? Those nutrients are like the spark plug. It's like running your car without the spark plug. You're going to be misfiring all the time. So this is what we see all the time, is people are basically misfiring. They can get up and they can get about their day. They need coffee. They need sugar to get them through the day, but they're just getting sicker and sicker, and they're not operating at their full God-given potential, is what we see all the time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. And a lot of times, again, as we mentioned before, some of the symptoms people don't recognize. If you can talk a little bit about that, like, brain fog, things like that.
Right. So feeling achy, waking up and your body screams, I don't want to get out of bed. Like everything hurts. Every muscle hurts. Your joints hurt. Lack of mental clarity and just feeling brain foggy. You probably didn't sleep very well either. You probably woke up a few times during the night, right? And having digestive issues, feeling bloated, feeling uncomfortable, just not being able to move around like you should want to move around. You're just not feeling very sharp. Your body's hurting. Those are all symptoms that your body's screaming at you, hey, we need to take out the trash. We need to detoxify, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about the word detoxify, because you can go on the internet and you can put in detox or cleanse and you will get a gazillion different hits, right? So your body actually has the innate intelligence to detoxify on a daily basis. Your liver and your gallbladder, if you still have one, are busy working to do that job. You're sweating, so you're sweating out some toxins, and your digestive system is taking out the toxins. Here's the kicker. In the society that we're living under, when we keep on putting poison into our bodies in terms of processed foods, we keep on drinking water that's loaded with a lot of chemicals. We're putting toxins on our body. The skin is the body's largest organ.
Yes.
We're breathing in toxins. What happens is that we basically become a toxic cesspit, and the body cannot keep up with taking out those toxins continuously. And that's when things start to go wrong. That's when we become much more susceptible to diseases, right?
Yes.
So what is happening when you do a metabolic cleanse is that the body has a chance to reset. You have a chance to literally kind of take out the trash and enable the body to begin its self-healing mechanism. Your body has an amazing self-healing mechanism if you give it the right tools. Just give it the right building blocks and the right tools to do that. Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you this: with the clean 15 detox, will the person be doing this online in a group, or will they be doing a one-on-one? What can they expect?
Actually, all of the above. And here's the reason why. Detoxing is not a one-size-fits-all. And this is what I'm very, very clear on. When Beyonce was losing weight for one of her movie roles, she did that master cleanse. Yeah. Drinking the lemonade with the cayenne pepper and became very popular. Yes. A lot of people got dangerously ill because here's the thing about those nasty toxins that we talked about. Let's first talk about how the body removes toxins. It removes toxins from your elimination pathway. As I mentioned, your digestive tract is a big one, okay? Breathing is one. Sweating is one. These are all the pathways by which your body moves toxins. If you've been eating a really toxic diet or you have an underlying health condition and you undergo a very strenuous detox, that can be incredibly dangerous, especially if you have, say, a digestive condition such as leaky gut, right? And those toxins are being released and they're being absorbed back into your blood. So my program encompasses one-on-one evaluation and one-on-one coaching with self-study portions of the class that are available, released on a daily basis that you do in your own time, with daily live group broadcasts that are interactive. You can ask questions, right? And so the reason that I'm giving the support is I evaluate each person to see what level they're at. And honestly, I see the readiness to detox. I'm screening you to see if you're good for the detox. And I meet people that I'm like, you need to do something, but this is not where you need to begin. This is where we need to begin you for your own health and well-being and your own safety, because safety is paramount, right? Yeah. So it's about meeting my clients that are going to do the detox where you're at. I want it to be a positive experience for them, that they come out of it and they're like, wow, I feel so much better. I have learned so much about my body. I understand what I need to do to take these tools and go forth and make a difference in my life with this. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's awesome. I got two more questions that are in line with the program when they start. So I noticed that you said there are magic nutrients your body needs to move those toxins out of your body. Yes. Without giving the whole program away, because we want people to sign up for them. Right. Are there 2 or 3 magic nutrients that you
can? Right. So let's first talk about how your body detoxifies, right? Uh-huh. The detox is a 2-phase process. This is so super interesting. It's all about the liver. The liver, I think the liver is working harder in your body than even the heart, right? In my opinion, the liver is the master organ of the body. Everything that you eat, everything that you put on your skin, every drug that you take, everything that your body has to metabolize has to go pass through the liver. And it has to pass through the liver twice. So in round 1, the toxins pass through the liver and they get changed into a metabolic state to ready them to move out the body. But they can't move out the body without specific nutrients such as glutathione that they need to grab onto. So it's kind of like the nutrients are the bouncers and the toxins are the rudy kids that need to be kicked out the building, right? So the nutrients grab onto those toxins and they escort them through the liver a second time, that they're in the right metabolic state to be able to leave the body via your superhighway pathways, that you can sweat it out, that your digestive system can move it out, that you can breathe it out. Without those those toxins doing the job, you would really be in a bad way. Now, some people who do things like the Beyonce cleanse, they tell me that on the second day they were sick as a dog and they had this giant headache and they were throwing up. And I was like, too much, too fast. Yeah. Your body can let go of those toxins very easily in phase 1, right? Right. If there's not the bouncers to move the toxins out the building, they're going to stay in your body and get reabsorbed and make you sicker.
Oh, see, now I don't think a lot of people know that.
That's right, which is why I evaluate each person. Each person does an intake form with a questionnaire, and I'm screening them. And I'm talking, they're meeting with me like this on the computer, and I'm screening them for the readiness to detox. And honestly, some people, I realize that there's underlying things that we have a discussion and say, you know, this is where you need to be focusing for your health right now. We can make health improvements. And other people, I'll do things like, yes, you can do the detox, but you need to start slower. You need to do it like this and ramp it up. You need to start slower and just honor your body. You know, it's not a race, right? Everybody's different. And not a one size fits all. And it's about meeting you where you're at, that your body can actually do the detox and you can still function. You can still go to work and do your job and have your life, right? I don't think that a lot of my clients have got 2 weeks to lie on the couch, you know?
Wow. Let me ask you this. Are there any suggestions, tips or strategies that individuals, maybe one or two, because I want you to be able to tell people how they can reach you and get signed up for this program, but are there any tips or strategies that an individual that's interested in doing the Clean 15 Detox, am I saying that correctly? Clean 15
Yes, absolutely.
Detox?
The Clean 15, yeah.
Okay, so if they're interested in doing this program, are there like maybe 2 or 3 tips or strategies that they can implement right now that'll put their body in the best possible position to withstand the full duration of this program without, you know, being sick as a dog and on the sofa, as you mentioned?
Absolutely. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to be evaluating how much sugar am I eating every day, okay? Am I eating things like, am I drinking sodas? How much added sugar am I having in a day? And, you know, that's another lesson that I do on added sugars in foods, and you'd be shocked. It's hiding in your salad dressing. It's hiding in your pasta sauce. It's hiding in your bread. It's everywhere, added sugars. So try to cut down on added sugars. Then you want to try to cut down on the food that is processed, okay? And the third thing that you want to do is you want to start making sure that you are hydrated. Are you drinking water? You know? Cool. Now, Sandy, the other thing is that you're a trainer, right?
Yes.
So that's one thing we talk about in my Clean 15 Detox is there are things that you can do that help the body to move toxins. And if somebody has been working out with you for, let's say, 6 months and they're already used to doing very strenuous training with you every day, there's no reason for them to stop that. They can carry on because sweating is going to help move toxins. But if you're talking about somebody that their exercise is walking, you know, to the grocery store from the parking lot, right? Yes. that person is not a candidate to take on a very strenuous program right then and there. Right. That person needs to be doing things like gentle walking, stretching, dry brushing to move the lymphatic system, maybe jumping on a rebounder a little bit, you know. Yes. That person wants to be doing things that are getting the lymphatic system moving, but not taking on a sudden, very intense program, because that can create inflammation and create stress and actually hinder the detoxification process, right? Yes. So we talk about therapies that you can do in addition, you know, in the program. Yeah. Yeah.
So I have another question. I noticed that you do, which I wish I lived in your program because I love these field trips and the cooking demos. I am a freak for them. I know you're not doing them right now, but when you start the Clean 15 Detox program, do you think you'll be adding in the field trips and cooking demos? Because I think if people had more hands-on what they should do and switching out alternatives, because honestly, what I find, you would think people would realize, you know, you're eating bad, but they really don't.
That's right. That's right. So that's a great question. So when I work with clients in my 12-week coaching program, so just to back up a little bit, a lot of people come to me with extremely serious chronic health conditions. You know, they've got things like type 2 diabetes or cardiovascular conditions or, you know, all kinds of issues, hypertension, all kinds of issues. Sometimes I'm working with their practitioner because I know how to read and evaluate functional labs, right? And designing a therapeutic program that's right for that person. And then I do a 12-week coaching program of, you know, logging, tracking what they're eating and talking to them or seeing them every single week. And for my clients that are local to Fort Mill, South Carolina, or the Charlotte area, during a 12-week program, you will have a minimum of 2 maybe 3, I promise you 2, but maybe 3 field trips. And the field trips are small groups. Maybe it's just one person, maybe it's 3 people, to go to an area grocery store and show you how to find the right stuff, and to have a cooking demonstration on, there's a lettuce farm, and I set up a table right there in the among the lettuce and make you a recipe, right? So that is open to people that are working with me first, and if I have extra tickets, I open it to the general public for a very nominal fee. What I'm doing during the Clean 15 Detox, okay, and this is really, I think, worth it. During the Clean 15 Detox, there will be daily broadcasts where I'll be cooking for you from my kitchen, demonstrating a recipe live. While we're live, you can ask questions, okay? And doing things like interviewing local professionals to tell them therapies that are good for detoxification, like maybe, sauna or chiropractic or all these great ideas, okay? So I just find that the support is what people need. Sandy, anybody can go and pick a program, right? They can say, they can choose Weight Watchers or keto, whatever they decide to pick, right?
Right.
Maybe you pick the right program for you, maybe you don't. That's one part, is picking the program. The second part is sticking to it. And I understand the psychology of eating. I understand the challenges. You know what? My clients love potato chips and wine and chocolate. And guess what? So do I. I am a realist. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I eat a 100% perfect diet all day long, but I try to minimize the damage, okay? Right. I try not to go off the rails with it. I'm trying to eat foods that, like for me, driving through the Golden Arch is not a treat, right? If I'm going to have a treat, it's going to be a high quality treat. So this is one of the things that we talk about in my programs, is how do we do real life? How do we eat healthy and honor our bodies and heal our bodies, but still have a good life? Because the slogan of my company is healing never tasted so good.
That's right.
Because if you're not enjoying it, then what's the point?
Right. And with that being said, Carol, can you let everybody know exactly how to contact you so that they can sign up for the Clean 15 Detox that's starting on January the 4th? Absolutely.
Thank you for that question, Sandy. So my company is called tasteofhealing.com. Taste of Healing. TasteofHealing. Tasteofhealing.com. And if you go to tasteofhealing.com and you, on the menu bar, there's a tab for online classes, and it will drop down to the Clean 15 Detox. That will take you to that. I'm also on Facebook as Taste of Healing, and you can find a link there to the Clean 15 Detox. Now, for listeners of your show, if they put in the code SimplyFit, just put in the code SimplyFit, you're going to get an extra 10% off. And guess what? I will give an additional donation to the ministry for every program that is sold using the code SimplyFit.
Oh, that is so awesome. Thank you so much, Carol. We appreciate you coming on, sharing with the listeners and the viewing audience, because that was really good information, because a lot of people don't know how to properly do a detox. And with that being said, I am your host, Sandy White of Simply Fit, and this is the end of our segment with Miss Carol Green. We appreciate her coming on because this was such a wonderful and detailed subject matter that a lot of people need assistance with. So please take advantage of the class that she's offering. If you have any additional questions, you can reach me at WYTV7, WYTV7.org/simplyfit, or you can send me an email at SNDRWHT720@gmail.com. And remember, if you want to continue to see segments on health, nutrition, tips, and strategies from Simply Fit, we want to make sure that you guys know that WYTV7 is a nonprofit organization. And if you go to my location or to the main segment for WYTV7, you can click the donate button and make a generous donation for today. Until next time, thank you. See you guys later. And have a great evening, Miss Carol.
Thank you so much. Well, hello everyone. My name is Carol Green, nutritional therapy practitioner and chef, and I'm so thrilled to be here on WYTV7 radio, about to be interviewed by Sandy White of Simply Fit. I'm going to be talking to you this evening about my company called Taste of Healing. And the motto is healing never tasted so good, because healing really has to be about food that nourishes the body and soul from the inside out. Stay tuned to hear all about my detox program called the Clean 15 Detox. And I'll have a special discount code, Simply Fit, just for the listeners of the show. I'm so thrilled to be here. Thank you.